Setting intentions with beauty magic is something that I am super passionate about. I love talking about, and today we're going to be talking about the power of a haircut. Hey everybody, I'm Amelia Rebecca, and on this channel we talk about how to embody your confidence, reclaim your beauty, own your power. I also share some witchy tips and so much more. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, all of that information and how to further connect with me is in the description box below. There are a few reasons why I wanted to make a video on this topic. One is that I just got my hair cut a few days ago. We are about to enter a full moon, and I had some things that I wanted to release, and setting that intention before going into my haircut made it feel very practical and grounded and tangible for me to release the things that I was letting go of. Another reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I actually used to be a hairstylist, and I was doing hair for almost 20 years. And in the last 4 years of my career, I started doing what I called a hair ritual for my clients, which was a haircut plus intuitive readings, some energy work. I would do card pulls. I would incorporate flowers and aromatherapy and some ambient music to really set the mood for an intentional experience. And a lot of times we would time these sessions to a full moon or a new moon. Or sometimes we would also do them on Fridays because Friday is the day of Venus, and it is a perfect time to celebrate and honor your beauty with reverence. So something I've always found fascinating was how universal it really is for us to change something about our hair during really important moments in our lives that are very transformational. So if you are moving or getting married or breaking up with someone or starting a new job, you're really at the beginning or the end of some sort of cycle in your life. It's very common for people to want to cut their hair, whether it's chopping it off or reshaping it or just changing something to really energetically let it go and set us on this path forward to embrace whatever is coming next. And I have always found this super fascinating. And even if you're not somebody that believes in magic and lunar cycles and the timing of things, I'm pretty sure we've all had this experience at some point in our lives where something major in our life has happened, and doing something drastic or even something not super drastic, but just doing something to our hair has been the instinct to do to sort of honor that moment in our lives. So what is that about? Why does this happen? Why is it such a common thing for us instinctually to change something up about our hair when these moments are happening in our lives? As somebody with expertise behind the chair and seeing it happen for people for so long, as well as being somebody who is very intuitive and picks up on people's energies, I have realized that we all tend to hold on to energy, our history, our past experiences in our hair. And so we just kind of intuitively all feel it. We feel like we're carrying something heavy. We always feel so much lighter when we do make that change. And I just think it's super fascinating and so powerful. And when you can go into an appointment like that, getting a service done with the awareness of setting an intention and honoring the space that you're in, there is so much power to that. Some ways that you can work with setting intentions with your haircut is to actually plan it around timing. So like I mentioned before, the lunar cycles are such a powerful way to work with intention in your hair. Full moons are really excellent if you have some intentions about letting go and releasing. So if you've really processed through something or you've gone through a major transition like a breakup, full moons are really excellent for cutting out that energy and letting it go. This is also a really great time to do something like a drastic change. So if you're ready to cut a bunch of length off, or maybe change up the layers, add some bangs, this is a really great time to do that. And new moons are really excellent for setting new intentions. You're building something, you're planting seeds, or you're growing new ideas. So this would be a really great time to do something that's a little bit more maintenance, or like a trim, or just giving you enough to sort of make space for the new, but you don't necessarily want to do something super drastic. New moons are excellent for this. You can also get your hair cut on specific days. Like I had mentioned earlier, Friday is the day of Venus. It's the perfect day. If you really want to call in that goddess, sensual, beauty, magic vibe, and really honor your beauty and honor yourself by doing something that's so luxurious, Fridays are a really great time for a space like that. If you wanted to do something on a Monday, Monday is the day of the moon. And if you were wanting to connect with the goddess in a different way by connecting with your intuition and really deepening your spiritual senses, that is a really great time for that. Thursdays are the day of Jupiter. So if you really wanted to amplify whatever intention you have, so let's say you're not necessarily releasing or, starting something new, but you are calling in something special and you just want all of the luck on your side, Thursdays are a really powerful day for that. Some other ways that you can set intentions with your haircut is through deciding what length and shape you want to do. So something like a really strong bob that's like one length, really sharp with, blunt bangs, that is a really good power haircut. It really connects with your solar plexus. It's really, really empowering. Or just doing something super bold that's out of your comfort zone is also really connected to your solar plexus. For me, my hair, I like to keep it on the longer side. It's sort of hanging out by my heart center, so it feels very supportive to that. But I also like to have openness around my face. I like having short bangs, so I feel very creative and fun, which feels very supportive to my sacral. And having it open around my throat also feels very supportive to allowing myself to use my voice and having my throat supported in that way. If you're somebody that uses your hair as sort of a security blanket, I think that's totally perfect and great, especially if you're adding some intention behind it. So if you like to keep it long, knowing that it's something that makes you feel safe and makes you feel grounded, just makes you feel even more empowered in wearing the look that you're going for. And if you're somebody that likes to keep your hair on the shorter side, I would say that that is very supportive to your crown. You feel very connected to your higher power and you're very open everywhere else. So it's really a great way to honor that connection for yourself if you do like keeping your hair on the shorter side. You can also set intentions with haircuts based on what qualities you want to embody. For example, one haircut that I had a few haircuts back, I told the stylist that I just wanted it to feel very romantic and sexy with a little bit of edge. And I didn't give them any direction on how to actually execute the haircut. I just gave them those descriptive words and I trusted them enough to create something based on the vibe that I was going for, and I loved it. So if you have somebody that you really trust to cut your hair and you can share that as your intention, try it out and see what comes. I'm sure you will absolutely love it, and it's a really great way to embody your desired qualities. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that most hairstylists are pretty empathic. So on some level, they all kind of understand that there are these energetic components, right? Like I said, it's pretty universal for people to get changes to their hair at times of transition and transformation. So it's a pretty common thing. So even if you don't have somebody that you trust to cut your hair that also is informed in these, spiritual concepts or does energy work in addition to their hair cutting skills or whatever, you can really just go into your session feeling confident and clear on what your intentions are and just allow the magic to happen during your appointment. And I feel like taking it to this level of awareness and intention is going to be feeling super empowering and so different from any experience you've ever had in the past. Now I wanted to talk about some ways that you can do at-home maintenance after you've already gotten your hair cut or in between cuts. So I really love working with selenite, which is this stone right here. Selenite is so great for clearing energy. It's really great, I think, just as like an aura sweep on a daily basis, especially if you're around a lot of people or have people kind of pulling at your energy. But I really like to actually use it on my hair because, like I mentioned, we do store energy and history and past experiences in our hair. It's super absorbent. So I will every once in a while just take my selenite wand and spend some time intentionally just clearing things out of my hair. Especially if I'm like not really ready to get a haircut and I don't want to cut it shorter and I don't want to do anything drastic. It's a really great way to do that. And I would also recommend that if you do have a selenite wand, I mean, honestly, I think everybody needs one, but if you're doing this practice, we actually have another energy center that's back here underneath your occipital bone, like basically between your occipital bone and the nape of your neck, called the causal chakra. And this is our gateway to our higher consciousness, our spiritual selves. It's also where we get ideas. And this is actually a very vulnerable place where energy can be directed at us. So if you tend to get headaches in the back of your head or you're just feeling sort of cloudy in your mind, you might need to do a little energy cleanse on your causal chakra. And I love doing selenite, just kind of swiping this part of the back of my head, and it feels so much better. You can also do some maintenance on your intention or in between cuts through washing your hair. So let's say you are releasing something, or whatever releasing intention you set with your last haircut still feels like it's lingering a little bit. When you're washing your hair, just imagine that that thing is being washed out, washed away from your energy, flowing down the drain, and it's being released that way. You can also call something in by infusing the water that you're rinsing your hair with that intention, and just kind of thinking of it in your mind as you're pouring water through your hair, down your body, and thinking of it as infusing into your space. Something else you can do if you have some length to your hair is to braid your intention into it. So let's say I really want to know how beautiful I am. I've gone through a period where my self-esteem's a little low. I've been feeling a little insecure, and I really want to own my power and remind myself of how beautiful and powerful I am. I might repeat an intention or repeat an affirmation in my mind over and over again while I'm braiding my hair, and that braid acts as a bind, creating a bind with that intention to your energy field, and sort of seals it in a very beautiful, tangible way. You can also do the same thing with an anointing oil or an oil that has an intention behind it. So if you're calling in money or love or working with an unblocking, like road unblocking oil, something like that, you can put that oil through your hair and braid it in, and that also acts as a bind to that intention. So I hope this video was empowering and inspiring, and that you bring some intention into your next haircut. I could literally probably make many videos on how powerful our hair really is, and maybe I will. But if you try any of these things, I would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!